Hey, on the channel, we continue to build out our Legion with the Dwarf Legion Builder from Mythic Legions.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mythic Legions unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're back to another Legion builder. We'll build out the armies with Dwarf Legion Builder. But for all your Dwarf Legion Builder needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Yes, 15%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I've been a fan of dwarfs ever since Time Bandits. When I was like 3 years old, I saw that movie Time Bandits, and those little people marched in and stole my heart and never let go. Really wish Time Bandits would have happened to me. I would have loved it if a bunch of dwarfs came out of my closet as a kid, took me on a magical adventure. Man, oh man, it writes itself. We could have had all kinds of fun, but unfortunately, wasn't lucky, had to live through it through the movie. Shout out to Time Bandits. Shout out to George Harrison with the song in Time Bandits as well. But enough Dwarf Time Bandit talk. Let's get down to the Mythic Legions. And of course, the Dwarfs, a powerful, powerful tribe, guild, Todd McFarlane, whatever you want to call them. They're not the Lollipop Guild. Get out of here. But of course, the Dwarfs, some of my favorites, always known for their big bushy beards. I'm here for that. Their long braided hair and their short stature. But short in stature, big in heart. That's what they are. And we got another Dwarf builder here. Fun thing about these, pop their heads off, move things around. It's a cheaper army builder. We're here for stuff like that in the old Legion life. Mythic Legions right here. Big old antlers on this guy. Of course, living that antler life in the faction, as we do know. Dwarf Legion builder right there. You know we're here for that. On the back, a little bit of gibber, a lot of jabber back there. You can read the story of this wave. No individual story for this bad boy right here, unfortunately, because he's just a lonely dwarf builder. Nobody wanted to give him a story, but that's where you come in. You build his story. You tell his story for him. This is the dwarf named Todd, is what this guy is right here, if you ask me. But we do got him in the old plastic prison, ready to go, ready to take the world by storm. Looking very good, but I'm going to take it offline, get this dwarf out of the package, and we'll be back talking all things David the Gnome. All right, let's dive into the Dwarf Legion builder here, and let's start with the accessories. We get the satchel over. Of course, you put this over him. You can store some weapons in there. Good to have on a Legion builder like him, and we've seen that before with many Legionnaires over the years. We do get some shoulder gauntlets. Once again, this is a builder. This is a guy you can choose your own adventure with. Put these on, put one on, use both of them, do whatever you want. You do get those, and we've seen these before as well. But now getting into some of the weapons here. Big old golden sword on here. He's ready to go, ready to chop a head off if he needs to, or maybe a knee on somebody, who knows. But looking good, a nice weapon there for this guy. Then he's got the big old axe here. You got a big axe on the end, very good. Once again, all in gold. You got the little spike on the side here, and that spike is removable, as we can see there. And then, of course, you get the other half if you'd rather have it that way. So you choose your own adventure. To me, we're going full battle axe with this guy. He's ready to go. He's going to be swinging the axe like a young power trip. Is what he's going to be doing right there. But now we got a little protection here. You got to protect yourself, especially if you're a little guy. You put this up. He's got his little shield here, of course, plug and play as usual. All gold here, all plain. He needs a little bit of ornateness on there, if you ask me. It is what it is at the end of the day. But now we're diving into our friend here, our little friend here. I'm not sure how I feel about these antlers here. I don't know if he's supposed to spook somebody. I feel like if this guy came up on me in the forest, of course, you know, that's where I'd encounter a guy like this, I would imagine. Out in the forest, he'd walk up to me and I'd just start laughing. I think there's a big old buck deer or something. And then I see this little guy walk out with these huge horns that are as big as him. I just start laughing. I give him the old school belly laugh. Then he'd be all offended and probably take my knees out. Is probably what he would do there. But it just feels a little much right here on this guy. And I can't imagine going through the forest and getting these caught on all your trees and stuff. That would get annoying real quick if you ask me. But definitely an interesting look on there with those. Now, these antlers are removable if you'd like to do that. A little bit shocked we didn't get something that you could plug in inside, just like a little peg in there if you didn't want to use those. I guess you have to dive into some of your other Legion stuff if you want to. But he's got the big old antlers if that's a thing that you're into, of course. And then he's got full-on suit of armor right here. He's truly a knight on the town, like a young Kula Shaker if there ever was one. Full-on armor all over the way. Got the gloves on, the forearm protectors, the big old protected boots with the spikes on the end as well. You got the groin protection, the side protection. He's ready to go. He's ready to be protected. He's ready for battle is what he's ready for, of course. Now, head is removable on this guy. Back force, side to side. Arms all the way around. Single jointed elbow, side to side. Hands back force, side to side. Removable. Dumbbell joint at the dumbbell right there. Big old splits, kind of if you need them. Legs go up pretty good there. Single jointed knees, side to side. Ankles back and forth, side to side. So our usual Legion articulation on him. A little bit tight, but of course they always recommend heat the joints up, get it flowing, get it moving. And that's what you got to do with a guy like this. But not a bad piece of business. A little bit funner. I do have one of those heads packs. I need to dive into that. This is a guy that's a candidate for one of those head packs. I think there's like a bald dwarf in there with a long red beard. I can see myself popping that head onto here, maybe making it a little bit different. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what happens. But he does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. You know the drill by now on that one there. But not a bad piece of business, especially if you're building out your dwarven army, you're wanting to reenact time bandits, whatever you're up to. Not a bad figure here and not a bad price as well. Jay's Toys and Games, your place for the Legion life. If you're into it, tell them Kyle sent you. Use Kyle to save yourself 15%, as you guys know by now. But there it is. Dwarf Legion Builder. What's your guys' thoughts on this one? Worth the pickup? Easy pass, hard pass, long game, no game, too little game? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got 2 YouTube channels with video every single day. Check out both channels, of course. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, The Kyle Peterson Show podcast, wherever podcasts are found, and on YouTube. And don't forget the Patreon. For a little guy, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.